What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media Channel. This is your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 278. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And yeah, guys, we've got some news. We've got some cool stuff to talk about today. But before we get into it, okay, we're gonna cover some rumors, a few rumors that are pretty much going to happen, and then we've got news, announcements. We've got what is new this week. We've got deals, all the usual stuff. Okay, all the usual happenings on the Physical Media Report. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Also, let me know in the comment section below, what are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets your juices flowing the most of everything that we discussed today? Let me know in that comment section below. And then, of course, turn on bell notifications for all future videos. I got a lot of stuff coming in the next few days. So, all right, let me just bring up my Instagram account. This is where I get the news. This is where I deliver the news from. So if you're not following me over here, definitely give me a follow. I've got that link down below. Also, my main account, Mid-Level Media, is also linked down below. You can follow me there. But the Physical Media Report account is where I post and announce all the new releases and stuff as they happen. I try to keep up with it at least throughout the week. But let me put myself down here at the bottom. So we did cover the Criterion November releases in a separate video, but I will go over them again right here if you missed that video, just very briefly. We do have Eyes Wide Shut coming to 4K, which is pretty exciting for most people I know. That's coming out November the 25th. Then we've got House Party, which I'm super excited about, coming to 4K November the 11th. Hell's Angels, which is a Howard Hughes film, is coming to 4K November the 18th. We've also got Elle coming to 4K November the 11th. The Breakfast Club is finally coming to 4K for the 40th anniversary on November the 4th. Then we've got Burden of Dreams coming to 4K November the 11th. And lastly, the return of the Eclipse series, early shorts and features from Abbas Kiarostami. And that's coming out November the 18th. So that's the Criterion stuff. But again, I did a full video just kind of breaking down all the special features. So if you want more details, go check out that video. All right, let's get into the Saw films, guys. If it's Halloween, it must be Saw. If it's October, it must be Saw, because we've got new Saw steelbooks coming out on October the 21st. So right in time for Halloween. So this is Saw 2. We're going to start at the beginning, guys, but this is Saw 2. We've also got Saw 3 and we've got Saw 4. All coming to 4K from Lionsgate, getting Amazon exclusive 4K steelbooks. Now, I know what the question is going to be. As of right now, I have not seen any announcement, any sort of announcement for like a standard slipcover version. I personally hope that they do those, especially since it's Saw. I think that people would want to get just standard versions, not have to get the steelbooks. I'm totally against like steelbook only releases. I do like Lionsgate. I feel like they add a little bit more value than the normal studio, and the prices aren't outrageous, but I still want to have options. I mean, they've done it with movies like Kill Bill, in the Jackie Brown films earlier this year. I really, really hope that they give people some options with these and decide to do standard slipcover versions. If not October the 21st, hopefully somewhere down the line. I also want to call out, guys, it's very possible at some point, like there could be some kind of a 4K box set, especially if they do the other three films, Saw 6, Saw 7, and or is it no, Saw 5, Saw 6, and Saw 7. They may do those next year. After that, there could be like some sort of 4K box set, because they love re-releasing the Saw films in box sets. But let's go back. These are nice steelbooks, though. I do have the steelbook for the first Saw film. I've also got the slipcover for the first Saw film, and the first Saw film has an incredible steelbook. I am happy to have steelbooks to match that. And I also want to note that, I think a lot of people speculated these were going to be Lionsgate limited exclusives. They are not. They are also Amazon. They are Amazon exclusive steelbooks, just like The Devil's Rejects. So you can pick these up on Amazon. You do not have to get them on the Lionsgate limited website. So I know some people will be happy about that. But yeah, 4K UHD steelbook of Saw 2 will be releasing from Lionsgate at home on October the 21st. This looks like it will have brand new special features and available to pre-order on Amazon now for $34.99. I do also want to call out that this actually dropped to 24 bucks last week. I don't know if it was a mistake. I pre-ordered it at 24 bucks. So I don't know how many people got that deal or not. I tried to post it when I did a live stream the other night, but it was a pretty sweet deal to get this, and I think it's now back up to $34.99. But just scrolling over, you can see the back right here. There is going to be a couple of new, it's going to have all the archival stuff, audio commentaries, the Scott Tibbs documentary, the story behind the story, all that stuff. I haven't seen Saw 2 in quite a while. I think I last watched it maybe like 2016 or something on DVD. So I don't even think I've watched the film on Blu-ray, to be completely honest. Saw's not like a huge franchise for me. I remember seeing him in the theaters and I enjoyed him, but I don't go back and revisit him a ton. But this has some new extras. You got New Blood director Lynn Bousman looks back, appreciating life actor Tobin Bell on Saw 2, establishing shot with Darren Lynn Bousman. So you've got 3 new features, it looks like, here with the director and also Tobin Bell, which is super cool that he's coming back to talk about this movie. But yeah, that's Saw 2 coming out October the 21st. Let's go over to Saw 3. And there's a lot of stuff going on as well, guys. I want to note this with the uncut versions and all that, what's going to be on 4K, what's not going to be on 4K. I'm going to clear things up because I got a message from Lionsgate kind of clearing things up about that when we're done going through all these steelbooks. But I like the artwork on this one. I don't like it as much as 2. I think 2 is a little bit better, but this one's pretty cool. Saw 3 is honestly like maybe besides the first one, that's the one that kind of sticks out of my mind the most. As far as like my enjoyment level, I remember really liking this one when I saw it in the theaters. But a 4K UHD steelbook of Saw 3 will be releasing from Lionsgate at Home on October the 21st, and it'll have new features as well. And it's available to pre-order on Amazon for $34.99. So let's scroll over. And with this one, it looks like you got 2 new features. You've got Making Your Own Choices. Darren Lynn Bousman looks back. And then you've got The Clock is Ticking, actor Tobin Bell on Saw 3. So the director and Tobin Bell also are talking about Saw 3 here. Then you've got an audio commentary, a couple of audio commentaries, it looks like. Then you've got the traps of Saw 3. So all the archival stuff that I'm sure has been available since maybe even the DVD era will be included here. So yeah, that's definitely cool. I'm excited to revisit Saw 3 actually. I remember liking that one quite a bit. I also remember liking Saw 4 quite a bit, to be honest. And this one might be the coolest. It just as far as like the artwork and how it pops. And, you know, I love Billy the Puppet, just such a great image. And to have that on the cover is really cool. But yeah, this one, this steelbook looks pretty damn awesome. But yeah, this is Saw 4. This one also comes out October the 21st. All the same stuff, guys. These all come out on the same day. And then we'll scroll over. You got a couple of audio commentaries here. The traps of Saw 4, the props of Saw 4. Game Over. Darren Lynn Bousman looks back. My work will I guess Darren Lynn Bousman directed all 3 of these. My work will continue. Tobin Bell on Saw 4. And yeah, theatrical trailer. So I imagine that Darren Lynn Bousman came back to do the or to approve the restorations on all these also. But that's cool that he's doing new features for all of them. And then you got Tobin Bell for all these. I mean, you really can't ask for much more. It's like when people like are talking about like who they want to come back to talk about these movies, it's usually like the director and the lead actor of the film. That's what you have, you know, essentially here. I mean, Tobin Bell, maybe he's not the lead actor of these movies, but he is the most recognizable figure of these movies for sure. But yeah, this one looks pretty cool. I'm honestly like, because I remember seeing 2 through 4 in the theaters and having fond memories of them, even though I don't revisit them often. I do remember like 1 through 4 being the strongest of the franchise. It was part 5 and beyond that I just kind of fell off and just did not like those movies as much. But I am excited to revisit all 3 of these movies in 4K for sure. But all right, so let's get into something because there was a lot of people that were complaining about, are we getting the uncut versions in 4K? And I'm not exactly, I know the third one has an uncut version, but I'm not exactly sure like what's uncut, what's theatrical, like what versions have what or what movies have what. I'm going to assume that they all have unrated versions, uncut versions, but I saw all these in the theaters and I've only maybe revisited them once on home video. So it's something that I'm not super tied to or super precious about. I could care less, honestly. Theatrical cut's fine with me. But there were a lot of people complaining, and Lionsgate kind of answered that complaint a little bit, somewhat. But let me get into this thing that they posted here. Well, I got a message from somebody at Lionsgate and they sent me this and basically told me to share it with you guys. But the message or the statement that they put out is Saw 2, Saw 3, and Saw 4. And I'm sorry I don't have this to put up on the screen. Saw 2, Saw 3, and Saw 4 will include the unrated versions of each film. These discs are being completely reauthored as the original Blu-rays used MPEG 2 video and featured lossy audio, which we're upgrading for a better viewing experience. So it looks like the unrated versions are going to be on Blu-ray. They're not going to be on 4K, but they're going to be different Blu-ray discs. They're going to be reauthored, better Blu-ray discs at least. Please note, director's cuts will not be included. Darren Lynn Bousman has made it clear on video that his preferred versions are the theatrical cuts. So they're kind of putting this on the director a little bit. In fact, Darren personally approved all three theatrical versions for this release. Due to the way the original materials were archived, or rather not archived, the elements for the unrated version simply weren't available for remastering. Darren was very supportive of this approach and wanted us to move forward with the theatrical versions, which we believe fans will appreciate. So basically, they're saying the original materials for these unrated versions were not archived in the best way, were not kept preserved in the best way. So they got to do that. They got to focus on making the best possible version of this film on 4K with a theatrical cut and just kind of leave the unrated versions behind. And I mean, when it comes to this kind of stuff, guys, I tend to just take people's word for it, especially if they're going to come out and let you know. Like it's the studios and the labels that just don't say anything. Like that's what I have the biggest problem with. If you're going to come out and like explain it to me, like why you did it this way, I tend to, not be as hard on you, I guess. So it is disappointing to not have all the cuts on 4K, but that just kind of is what it is at this point. I mean, if you enjoyed the movie in the theaters, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it on 4K theatrically as well. But of course, I always say I say this, but I complained about Ace Ventura not having the dolphin trainer scene. So it's like we all have our things, right? This may be super precious to like super Saw fans, and they want this unrated cut, but just understand they couldn't do it. But they are getting them in the release, so you actually have the unrated cut in the release. So they kind of answered the fans' complaint there a little bit, and they're going to be new discs, so that is good as well. But there you have it, guys. That's all the Saw I'm willing to cover here today. You got Saw 2 through 4, getting 4K steelbooks. And to be honest, like I kind of like this, I guess. Like they could have done a big 4K steelbook box set, of course. Like that would have been cool too. But also keep in mind the franchise isn't done. So they're going to just add on and they're going to do more Saw movies and all that. I kind of like the idea of just doing the individual steelbooks as they come out. And then you can just collect all the steelbooks and just kind of create your own collection, your own box set of the movie. So I kind of like that they're still doing it individually, rather than just locking these in a box set. And it's good. I said I was going to stop talking about Saw. And it's good. Like if you only like Saw 3 or you only like Saw 4, you only like Saw 2, you don't have to get the other one. So it's good they're doing them individually, I think. All right. Let's move on. Talk about Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. So we got a new 4K steelbook for the first two Lord of the Rings films, and now we're getting one for Return of the King. And this is going to be available from Warner Brothers on October the 14th. It's available to pre-order on Groove right now, but I think it's also available to pre-order on Amazon. But guys, I'm going to be linking all this stuff down below in the description if you want pre-order links for anything, the Saw movies I just talked about, the Criterion releases, the Lord of the Rings, everything I talk about in this video. I am going to provide links if they are available down below in the description. Deals, what is new this week, all that stuff. I try to link as much as I can down there just to make it easy on you guys. Also, they're Amazon affiliate links, and if you use them, you do help support the channel if it's the Amazon link. I do sometimes, link Groove stuff as well if the prices are better. But this looks like a great steelbook. I love the Lord of the Rings. I've got the 4K box set. I've also got the 4K like 10 steelbook set. This is the same artwork. I'm pretty sure it's on that 10 steelbook set. They're just doing them individually. So it's good that they're re-releasing them like this. Great artwork. And I don't know if everything's the same. Maybe the interior artwork's different. I'd have to check my 4K steelbook trilogy release. But like they're great looking steelbooks. And I love the Lord of the Rings. So it's cool that these are getting that level of treatment. But yeah, that's coming out October the 14th. Next up, guys, we've got the Alfred Hitchcock Ultimate collection. Look at this thing, guys. The Alfred Hitchcock Ultimate 4K Collection will be releasing from Universal Pictures on October the 14th. This will be a 15 disc movie set that will include all of the films in the previous volume. So, volume one, volume two, volume three. I'm not going to name all those movies, guys. It's a lot of movies. But it's going to, which I think is 14 movies. And then plus North by Northwest is going to be available in here, which is a Warner Brothers film. So I'm sure that they had to strike some kind of a deal, which is not the first time they've done that because North by Northwest has been in the old Hitchcock Blu-ray releases. But North by Northwest is going to be included here as well in this to make it a 15 film set. So all the Hitchcock films that have 4Ks are going to be in this set, which is pretty incredible that 15 of them have 4Ks now. And it's available to pre-order now on groove.com for $124.99, which is a great price. Like if you don't have any of these, if you never bought those individual like collections, if you don't have any of the Hitchcock films on 4K, $124.99 for 15 movies on 4K with all kinds of special features is actually kind of a steal. I mean, that's like what, $8 a 4K or something like that, somewhere in the neighborhood of that. So it's a pretty spectacular deal to get all these Hitchcock films on 4K within this set. Now, I do hope at some point, because I think they might have done all the Hitchcock movies they have in Universal. I do hope we get 4Ks of some of the other Hitchcock films. A lot of them Criterion has, so maybe we'll get upgrades from them at some point. But this is a pretty cool set. And like I said, I mean, the collections are a little bit cheaper now. They usually run about 36, 37, 40 sometimes. So this is a very comparable price, I guess, to what those collections go for now. But if you just want them in a box set together, like it's a great deal, I think, to get this. But I love the artwork on it as well. It's really cool. The glass panes and the shattered glass with all the different images of the movies inside. It looks like on the inside, I don't know if you're going to have a digibook. It kind of looks like they've got two like separate 4K like big cases that's going to go inside this hard shell case, and it's going to have a booklet as well. So that's kind of, I know some people weren't fans of those digibook releases or the sleeved releases where you put the disc inside. So it's kind of good that they've got this coming. So let me know if you're excited for this, guys. October the 14th. And if you've never picked up a Hitchcock film on 4K, or maybe you only grab Psycho or something, or The Birds, like, are you going to pick this up? Like, I'm kind of curious, I guess, like who's the audience for this release? Because if you already got them all on 4K through those little collections, and I doubt you're going to want to spend the money to get this. So let me know if you're interested in this in the comment section below. If you've been waiting for a collection like this, I'd be very curious. All right, let me. Where are we at now? Okay, we've got a Pete Davidson film. Lionsgate Home Entertainment is preparing a Blu-ray release of James D. Monaco's The Home from 2025. It's a new film. And this release is coming out September the 23rd. There's going to be special features in here, including a audio commentary, then a making of featurette as well. So this is kind of interesting because simultaneously, and I don't think that Lionsgate has done this yet, but simultaneously, they are releasing a regular Blu-ray of The Home that will be available anywhere or everywhere. And then they're also doing this site exclusive Lionsgate limited digipack release right here of The Home as well. And that's going to be available on the same date, September the 23rd. And it's going to have all the same features and all that stuff. So this is kind of interesting. Beautiful looking set too. I mean, I imagine this is going to be very similar to the Surfer set that they did. And it's going to have, the special features and all that. So I can't speak to the movie, but this is cool that they're doing this, and it kind of feels like they maybe listened to some complaints because they did Freaky Tales on 4K, that site exclusive, and then a couple of months later they did the standard Blu-ray. The same with the Surfer. They've announced the standard Blu-ray, and they put out the digipack a couple of months ago. And it looks like with this though, they're doing them on the same date. So that might be the model going forward with these Lionsgate films. If they're going to do a Lionsgate limited exclusive, they'll also do a regular Blu-ray alongside it to be available everywhere. But the 4K, because I think the one on the website is a 4K. Yeah, it's a 4K digipack. So the 4K is going to be exclusive to the website, and then the Blu-ray you can pick up anywhere of The Home. So that's kind of interesting. But I haven't seen this movie, so let me know if it's worth checking out in the comments if you've seen it. Next up, we've got The Bad Guys 2. My wife's always talking up the first Bad Guys. They saw it without me, like, back when it came out, but we didn't see The Bad Guys 2, so I don't know if I am, to be completely honest, but this is a release coming out from Universal. It's getting a Blu-ray and a 4K, and it's coming out October the 7th. This has got so much, like, special features. Like, the special features here are crazy insane. It's got a director commentary, Dolby Atmos audio track, HDR, all kinds of stuff here, guys. All kinds of good features. But yeah, let me know if you're excited for The Bad Guys. All right, so we talked about The Mask. I did a separate video, but Arrow Video teased they will be doing a release of The Mask right here, which we've got images of here in a second. All right, let's scroll over. This is the Viavision announcements that are coming out in the month of October. We've got 310 to Yuma getting a nice 4K release, and we've got the Divergent series coming to 4K as well. I think the Divergent series all has 4Ks in the States. I don't remember who put those out, maybe Lionsgate. But this could also be the first time they're coming to 4K. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not too familiar with the Divergent franchise other than it is a thing and I know the name. But these are coming out through Viavision, so that's cool. I have no interest in getting these. I love 310 to Yuma. It's a great remake. But I've got the Lionsgate Steelbook. So I definitely don't need this. But let me know if you're excited for any of those. And these are Australian releases coming out in Australia. All right, so this is the big one. This is what I made the video about. So I want to make this very clear, and this is why I'm not talking about any of the other Arrow video releases that were leaked in November, because I do not want to add to any confusion. So this was a leaked image of the Mask 4K chunky box set. Zavi, or not leaked, but Zavi just accidentally put this up for pre-order on their website a week early. The Arrow video November announcements are supposed to occur this Friday. That's the usual dates of the last Friday of every month. Arrow Video announces their stuff. So this will come out this Friday. Zavi just jumped the gun and put it up early by accident. All the Arrow stuff for November, and everybody just clipped this stuff immediately, got all the information and put it up on Blu-ray.com, put it up on Reddit, put it up on their social media accounts. So this stuff just got out there because Zavi leaked it early. So I want to make it clear. A lot of people thought that this was sold out. I guess they went to Zavi. Maybe the image is still up and it's reading that it's not available to order. A lot of people thought this sold out. A lot of people commented that in my video when I talked about the mask. It's not sold out. It has not even been up for pre-order yet officially. It will go up for pre-order this Friday. So do not worry. You have your chance to get the mask on Diabolic, on Orbitz, wherever you want to order it. This will be on Amazon as well. This is not going to sell out super fast. Not that it's not, a great movie and that a lot of people are going to want it. It'll last a little bit. Arrow Video is usually pretty good about printing enough copies of this stuff. You will have access and be able to get the mask for, I'm sure, a few weeks before it even has the possibility of selling out. So I do it because people thought Outland sold out and Red Planet, which I'll talk about all that stuff next week on the Physical Media Report. It's not sold out. None of this stuff is sold out. It's not even been up for pre-order yet. Okay, so just know that. I want to address that right here and now. But I covered all the specs and stuff. Really cool stuff here. I mean, Chuck Russell's doing a new feature, which is awesome. Of course, you cannot expect, I saw some complaints about that. You cannot expect Jim Carrey to come back and talk about the mask. I wouldn't expect him to. That's not the kind of expectations I'm gonna put on Arrow Video for this release. You can, I guess. But yeah, they're not going to come back and talk about them. Jim Carrey, Cameron Diaz is not going to do a feature. It would be awesome if they did. And I'm sure, like, honestly, I'm sure Air Video tried. Like, maybe they tried to reach out to them or whatever, maybe get a Zoom call, 5 minutes, something like that. It's just not going to happen. Okay. It's just not going to happen at this point. But some really great features here, guys. It's a great looking box set. There may be like an alternative artwork. Again, we haven't got the official announcements yet. Like, there could be an Arrow Video site exclusive for this with different artwork like TMNT. But we will get all that stuff this Friday. I don't think I'm going to make another video. Maybe I will. If they do like some alternate artwork or something, maybe I'll do the Arrow announcements and I'll cover everything else. Cause there was other stuff that was announced that I talked about in the mask video, but I just want to wait because I don't want to add to the confusion. I don't want people to think it's up for pre-order now, because this is not up for pre-order right now. It is not. It'll be up this Friday. This was just a leak that was out there. All right, let's move on. Dust Devil. This is a Richard Stanley film. And this is coming out, same guy that did Hardware, and, what else did he do? Oh, Color Out of Space, which we'll get into that in here in a second. This is coming out on October the 28th. So you're gonna get a 4K and you're gonna get a Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. It's got Dolby Vision, it's got HDR, and you got new 4K restorations of the director and the theatrical cuts of the film. You got new audio commentary right here as well, and all the past archival stuff. Interview with contributions by composer Simon Boswell. So it looks like a pretty cool release. I'm not too familiar with Dust Devil. So you have to enlighten me in the comment section, even though we're going to get into more Dust Devil here in a second. But the Kino version is coming out October the 28th. Next up, so here's the Big Daddy Dust Devil. Now, I do want to point out that this is an Australian release, but it is up for pre-order right now on the Umbrella website. There will probably be a standard version up on Diabolic and Orbit, but you will not get this box set with all the fixins, the t-shirts, the posters. Like, you have to order this from the Umbrella website if you want this release. And this was just kind of a singular release that they threw out there. This is not a part of their monthly announcements. Yeah, big box set release. I think you've got just a regular big box set release as well, where you don't have to get the t-shirt and all the posters and stuff. But looks like it's a 3-disc set. You got a rigid outer box, slipcase, A3 reversible poster, 8 art cards, Dust Devil book, Dust Devil script book, and custom t-shirt as well. So I think that's the Big Daddy bundle right there. There's multiple bundles. There was one that was like $110. There was one that was like $140. The regular release was like $70, and I think the standard release was like $35 or something like that. But this is going to be available December the 3rd from Umbrella Entertainment. This is also available on the Umbrella website, but this is a big package right here that includes Hardware, the box set of Hardware on 4K, the box set of Dust Devil on 4K, and a separate Blu-ray release of Color Out of Space, which is a recent film. I can't remember. I think it was RLJE that put that out, but they put out a 4K and a Blu-ray of that. Kind of strange how they didn't just make like a little 4K of Color Out of Space over there as well. Like, why you wouldn't have, because there's a 4K available. I don't understand that. But yeah, if you want all 3 of these Richard Stanley films together in a collection, you can get this big bundle right here. I forget what the price point was, but I'm sure, because that Hardware collection was going for like 90, I'm sure it's over $200 to get this big set. But they're calling it the Gaze into the Abyss set. But yeah, very, very cool though, guys. Again, I'm not too familiar with Dust Devil, but it's cool it's getting multiple editions, Kino. And it's cool it's getting a Kino edition, because it's like, if you don't want to pay $110 to get this movie on 4K, you can just get the Kino version for $30. So I'm glad that you got multiple options to get Dust Devil on 4K. Next up, guys, we've got a new Warner Archive release that was announced. This looks pretty cool. It actually looks like it's going to be like a hard box, like slipcase from Warner Archive. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case or not, but that's what it kind of looks like going off of the image, or at least some kind of a slipcase, because it's coming out of the side right there. Warner Archive will be releasing a 4K Blu-ray of The Curse of Frankenstein starring Peter Cushing, and that's going to be coming out October the 14th. So this one I'm definitely tempted to get, because Warner Archive, like, I'm sure this is going to look so freaking good. It's got multiple aspect ratios as well. It's a 3-disc set, 2 4K Blu-rays combo pack release, new 4K restoration of 3 versions of the film. Damn. With all the new aspect ratios. You got new Dolby Atmos audio track plus additional options, new commentaries right here. You got 2 new commentaries, archival commentaries, more archival commentaries, and just all kinds of special features. I mean, I had to go into the comment sections of this post with all the features. Look at that. There is so much here. I don't know if any of this stuff is new or not. I mean, most of it's saying archival features. And I feel like Shout Factory, Scream Factory put this out back in the day. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but did Scream Factory do The Curse of Frankenstein back in the day? Like, maybe a lot of these are the special features from the Scream Factory release. But yeah, this looks like an amazing release right here of The Curse of Frankenstein. Definitely one that I'm kind of excited to pick up as well. All right, next up, we've got Becoming Led Zeppelin. This is the new Led Zeppelin documentary that was in theaters. It's getting it looks like a nice like 4K box set release. And this is coming out from Sony. Will be releasing this on September the 30th. So that looks pretty cool. I did not see this movie in the theaters, but I did hear good things. So maybe I'll get it at some point. I don't know if it's gonna have a standard version or not, but this is cool. I mean, it's got guitar picks. Why wouldn't you want to get this? Next up, we got another classic horror film. Kino Lorber, are they the first to put out a 4K of a movie from the 20s? This is The Cat and the Canary coming to 4K from 1927, and this is coming out from Kino Lorber on October the 28th. So somebody let me know in the comment section. I may be blanking, but is this the first 20s film to come to 4K? Oh, no, I don't think it is. I think Kino Lorber did the, Cabinets of Dr. Caligari, which is like an early 20s film. So that I think that's the earliest, but still cool that Kino seems to be the ones that are just diving into these like old, classic films, classic horror films and putting them out on 4K. But you got 2 discs here. You got a new 4K SDR restoration of the film by Fought Play, new audio commentary by film historian David Del Valle, and silent film expert Randy Haberkamp. So you got 2 audio commentaries here that are new. You got let's see, short film, the 1925 short film by Paulini. The Cat and the Canary trailer, musical score composed by Neil Brand, conducted by Timothy Brock. So yeah, you got a couple of features here. I don't think they're any new or not. I think that Kino has done the Cat and the Canary before, so they probably just ported over all the same stuff. But it's nice you got, a couple new audio commentaries. I mean, the artwork looks really cool. It's got reversible artwork, it looks like. So let me know if you're excited for this one. This one comes out on October the 28th, just in time for Halloween. The Cat and the Canary on 4K. Next up, we've got another release of Severance. Umbrella put this movie out. I think there's been like 3 versions of this film come out or something like that. This is not the Apple TV Plus show. I just want to call that out. This is a film from like 2006, it looks like. It's some kind of like horror action film. And Icon Film Distribution is preparing a 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray releases of Christopher Smith's Severance, and this is coming out on October the 20th. So this is going to be an overseas release, UK release. It's going to have an audio commentary. It's going to have a couple of new interviews. So maybe there's going to have some different features here than the one that Umbrella put out. It's going to have 8 featurettes as well. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Next up, I just watched this film over the weekend, and it was actually really good. I enjoyed this film quite a bit. The Life of Chuck is getting an HMV. So this is pretty much for my UK audience. It's getting an HMV exclusive 4K box set release, and it's available to pre-order right now. But it's going to have our art cards, booklets. It's going to have your Blu-ray disc and 4K disc. I honestly don't know how you get these HMV releases if you're in the States. I don't think you can order them from the HMV website. I don't think you can if you're in the States. So you might have to try to import this by other means if you want to get this set. But it's a beautiful looking set. I do want to call out that The Life of Chuck, I do have it because, like I said, I watched it over the weekend. It comes out here in the States on Blu-ray and 4K on September the 30th. I got this one in pretty early from Neon. But yeah, this is a good movie though, guys. If you did not check out this film, it's a Mike Flanagan film. It's a Stephen King story, and it's a very different kind of Flanagan movie. It's not a horror film. It's not a horror film at all, but it's a really like introspective look on just life, and it's kind of like a coming of age story as well. It's hard to completely describe the film without giving a bunch away, but I just really I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. It just kind of hits you in the feels. So yeah, The Life of Chuck, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. It was a good one. I don't know if I'm gonna pay like to import this nice box set, but it's a nice looking box set. Good artwork on it for sure. All right, next up, we've got a new Terra Vision announcement. They are doing announcements every week. They are freaking killing it right now. I'm not interested in everything they're announcing, but it is really cool to see them just kind of ramp up as a label and do some cool things. And yeah, they're doing 13 weeks of announcements leading up to Halloween. And this week, they announced a brand new line, sub label called Death Nerve Video. And they announced it's pretty much going to be a line where they focus on like more current giallo style films, which is kind of cool. So this is a movie from 2011, and it's called The Last Screening. And this one is going to be available in October. And this has a new 2K, it's a Blu-ray. It has a new 2K restoration from the original camera negative. New audio commentary by Death Nerve Video's Brad Henderson. New low budget diaries interview with Noel Seam Solo. And I do think this is a Italian film, and I don't think it's been available anywhere else. until now. So it's also a film that's going to be first time on Blu-ray. So you have multiple new features, new video essays, new interviews here. You got raw footage from the set of the last screening. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with this movie. I don't know if it's any good or not. But it is cool again to see Terra Vision just kind of expand and add a new label and just do some really cool things. So I'm excited for the rest of their announcements to come over the next 9 weeks. But this is or 10 weeks. But this is the third week of their announcements. So I'll be trying to cover them every single week. All right. Next up, guys, we got three, I guess you would call them rumors, but I found these art cards, okay, in my Arrow Video releases. All right. So it's pretty much confirmed by Arrow Video that they're going to be doing some kind of releases for these movies in some capacity in the months to come, or maybe in the weeks to come if they get announced soon. But Arrow Video will be releasing a 4K or Blu-ray. I don't want to assume just because I found an art card that it's going to be a 4K, but I would kind I would say 99 I'm 99.9% sure it will be a 4K release, especially Red Sonja. But they will be releasing a 4K or Blu-ray release of 1985's Red Sonja sometime in the near future. This was teased in the new 4K of Lost in Space. So I have that and inside of it, and I showed all this stuff off over the weekend in a collection update, but inside of it, you have the art card for Red Sonja. So usually what that means is it's a tease for a future release from Arrow Video, from the company. So very cool. Red Sonja. And I think that's like this was on the slate to come out from Screen Factory, Shout Factory at some point, and then it got pulled off. So I don't know like what happened there, what kind of rights struggle there was, but I guess Arrow Video picked this one up and they've got it now. And it's possible that Screen Factory still will put it out, and this may be a UK exclusive, maybe. That could be possible as well. But next up, this is a big one, guys. I was kind of shocked when I saw this. Excalibur, which we talked about a few weeks ago because there was a rumor that Excalibur was coming to 4K. But we did not know it was coming to 4K from Arrow Video. We kind of assumed it was coming to 4K from Warner Brothers, but it looks like through this new Warner Brothers partnership with Arrow Video, they're going to be doing a 4K of Excalibur. And again, I assume it's going to be a 4K, but we don't fully know yet. I also assume it's going to be a big ass chunky box set. Like I just think that like this movie, it's got the kind of audience and fan base that I feel like they would do a big chunky box set for this. I feel like a lot of people are going to be excited for this movie to come to 4K for sure. But yeah, Excalibur coming to 4K from Arrow Video, that is pretty damn cool. And this card was inside my release of Perpetrator from Arrow Video. So yeah, I was shocked. Like you can see me on video when I opened it up. I was like, holy shit, Excalibur's coming to 4K from Arrow Video. I hadn't heard anybody really talk about that. I hadn't heard that rumor be out there yet. But yeah, this was teased in the new Blu-ray of Perpetrator. And yeah, hopefully they give this one the full treatment box set, just tons of brand new special features. It is a fantasy movie, but yeah, Arrow Video just continues to freaking kill it. And I'm sure this is going to be a 2026 announcement. I don't see this coming out this year, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's a December release. Who knows? But let me know if you're excited for Excalibur coming to 4K from Arrow Video. And then lastly, maybe I've talked about this before. I can't quite remember, but there was a card in my Proof of the Man Blu-ray release, and it's Evil Dead Rise. This one is puzzling. This one is very puzzling. So it pretty much indicating that Arrow Video is planning to do a 4K or Blu-ray release of Evil Dead Rise sometime in the near future. This is puzzling because Evil Dead Rise, like usually with the 4K, like or Blu-ray, like it's a rights thing. Like you got to have the rights in whatever specific region, whether it's the UK, Canada, US, wherever they decide to release it. Evil Dead Rise has a 4K in the States, and it also has a 4K in the UK. Now, I will call out, there have been cases where simultaneously these studios and boutique labels will have the rights at the same time. We have seen that with Universal, with movies like Carlito's Way, with movies like Inglourious Basterds, because those both have Arrow Video releases and they both have regular studio releases as well. So this isn't out of the realm of possibility. It's just strange that this is a recent film that just came out, 2023. It got a 4K in the States. It got a 4K overseas. Now I think there was a complaints with the 4K. It was lacking Dolby Atmos or Dolby Vision or something. It also didn't have any new features at all. I feel like they re-released it over in the UK as a steelbook, and then they added like features and a commentary maybe. So, but if you just got that standard 4K when it first came out, it didn't have anything, I don't think. I don't think it had nothing. So it was a pretty bare bones 4K and Blu-ray release. So it would be nice to have this film come out and get that more prestigious treatment and get loads of features, commentaries, all that kind of stuff from Arrow Video. It's just I've never really seen anything like this where like a brand new horror film that already got a regular release from the studio is now coming out for a boutique label. Maybe it has happened. I just can't think, but I don't feel like it's happened very often for sure. So yeah, this is kind of a brain teaser. Also, like Evil Dead Rise, like I didn't enjoy it all that much, to be honest. I think it's the weakest of the franchise. I think most people would love it if Arrow Video did like the first couple Evil Dead films. Army of Darkness would be a big one they could do as well, but also Scream Factory did Army of Darkness. And I think the Evil Dead films are with Lionsgate now, or maybe not. Maybe they've moved on, or maybe they're kind of in limbo right now and waiting for. Well, I mean, if they're in limbo, like Arrow Video would be perfect to pick those up and put those out in 4K. Also, you know, the remake Scream Factory did as well. So yeah, I guess they just decided that there was enough of a fan base here for Rise that they could do a 4K and it would sell. I don't know, but pretty cool, I guess. You know, to get a nice. I don't think this will be a chunky box. It'll probably be just a regular slipcover like the Friday the 13th movies, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But pretty cool. We'll keep you guys up to date as things develop here. So next up, this is the new releases. Let me go into the deals and see if there's any deals for you guys. I'm on Blu-ray.com, but this links to Amazon. And it doesn't look like we have a lot. All the Arrow Video stuff, there's a Barnes & Noble Arrow Video sale going on right now, 50% off. All that is also price matched on Amazon. I'll try to link as much of that as I can down below. If you don't want to use Barnes & Noble, if you want to use Amazon, I'll try to link as much as I can. But yeah, they're price matching on Amazon right now. We got several Kino Lorber titles that are pretty low. The Ronin is $14.87 on 4K, which is a great price. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is on 4K is $20.59. Center's actually dropped $3. It's $27.09 right now. In the Heat of the Night, I think that's the 4K Criterion is $18.74. So that's a good price for that. And Sneakers on 4K is $18.49. Fistful of Dollars, Good, the Bad, the Ugly on 4K is $15.99. I guess they're trying to sell those since the new Arrow 4Ks came out. The Taking a Felon 123 is $17.49. So these are like cheaper than the usual like Kino Lorber sale prices. Right here. Everything Everywhere All at Once is $12.49 on 4K. That's a great deal for that. Black Sheep is $17.49 on 4K. The Usual Suspects is $15.99 on 4K. A few dollars more is $15.99 on 4K. The Last Alcatraz or Escape from Alcatraz, sorry guys, is $16.01 on 4K. Like these are great prices. April Fool's Day is $18.49. Like even if it's not like you wouldn't even want to wait for the Kino sale for these. Like these are better prices. Like I bought all these in the Kino sale. Now I'm kind of upset that these are cheaper right now on Amazon. $14.69 for the 2 meals for Sister Sarah. Serpico for $16.09. So yeah, a lot of good Kino deals. I'll try to link it. To Live and Die in LA is $16.29. Like it's a great deal for that. So a lot of these Kino deals are available on Amazon. I'll try to link as much as I can down below in the description. And let's go ahead and jump on Groove. We got a couple of other Crazy Days sales. We got a weekend deals, 4K collections Monday through Friday. So you got some 4K collections. You can get Friends on 4K for $99.99. That came out at like $200, so that's a great deal. And then you got a bunch of steelbooks right here. Joker, 1917, Black Adam, American Sniper that are like, you know, 15 to $20 to get those 4K steelbooks. And then you still got the 3 for 30 sale going on. You still got 3 Blu-rays for 24 going on. So a lot of good deals going on right now, guys, on Groove. And I'll try to link all those that I can down below in the description. Now let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week, guys. This is a huge release week. I do want to call out that I don't usually include like the Severin titles, the Vinegar Syndrome titles that show up on the calendar because those have already been released. They're just new to Amazon, but they're not new releases. So I leave that stuff off of there. So I do want to note that in case you're wondering, like, where's the Rage Carry 2? Well, that technically released in July. That was a July release. So I'm just going to call out like the new stuff that is coming out for the first time this week. We got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K from Arrow Video. $32.99, but I think it's $24.99 in the sale right now. To get that, you can get it for cheaper. The Beginning's also coming out from Arrow Video for $32.99 or $24.99. Sorry, guys. So I reviewed the original Texas, or the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K. You can check that out. And I talked about The Beginning a couple of days ago in my haul video. The Conjuring 4K is coming out from Warner Brothers for $29.49. Also 4K Steelbook for $45.49. That, I think that's went down already on Amazon. I'm using Amazon prices, guys, but on Groove, it's definitely cheaper. The Steelbook is $29.99 and the 4K is $24.99. Also a deluxe UK edition for $59.99. We've got the Karate Kid 6-film 4K collection. I'll scroll over to show that off. Really nice box set 4K collection coming out from Sony for $219.99. Yes, I still got that pre-ordered and I have not canceled it. City on Fire is getting a 4K from Shop Factory for $28.99. Aaron Brockovich is getting a 4K from Universal for $29.49. The Rundown's coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber for $38. Bring Her Back is coming out on 4K from A24 for $34.99. Also a Blu-ray for $29.99. Deathstalker 1 and 2 is coming out on 4K from Screen Factory for $32.99. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is getting a 4K Steelbook from Sony for $41.49. Although I think it's cheaper now for $36.99. I think it dropped. But I'm a Cheerleader is getting a 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate for $29.99. Get Carter is getting a 4K from Warner Archive for $27.99. Karate Kids Legends is getting a release from Sony for the 4K for $37.49, Blu-ray for $30.30, 4K Steelbook for $48.49, and a Walmart skateboard edition, guys, for $159. Look at this thing. That's the skateboard edition. Oh my goodness. Then we have got Lilo and Stitch coming out this week, guys, from Disney. 4K Steelbook for $44.79. Also Blu-ray for $24.59. We've also got Scoop coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber for $14.99. Twisters double feature Steelbook is coming out this week from Universal for $44.96. So if you want both of those films on 4K, that's maybe a decent deal to get a nice Steelbook. Then we have got Save the Tiger getting a Blu-ray from Kino Lorber, $22.49. Saving Face getting a Blu-ray from Criterion for $27.99. Compensation getting a Blu-ray from Criterion for $27.99. The Unholy Trinity getting a Blu-ray from Warner Brothers for $25.19. We've also got 5 Warner Archive releases coming out, including the Huckleberry Hound Show, That Midnight Kiss, 7 Women, Intruder in the Dust, and The Hard Way, all coming out this week. Then we've got Emergency, the complete series, coming out from Universal for $110.49. I have no idea what that series is. Then we've got Invasion USA coming out from Film Masters, the original, not the Chuck Norris one, coming out from Film Masters for $35.49. The King of Kings is coming out this week on Blu-ray from VidAngel for $22.96. Baby Assassins 3 Blu-rays coming out from Wellgo USA for $17.99. And lastly, we've got Psycho Beach Party coming to Blu-ray from Strand Releasing for $16.09. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, drop this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, comment down below, what are you excited about of everything that we discussed in today's video? Turn on bell notifications for all future videos. Like I said, everything I talked about in today's video will be linked down below, as will all the links to the various social media accounts that I have on the internet. So definitely hit those links, follow, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we'll see you next time.